are live. We are live. Hello, Cat Crazies. My name is Petra Luna, and you are watching the Cat Crazy channel. I hope this all works. We have never done this. This is like a first. So we have some exciting guests. Last year, Frame Your Feline made it to my top 10 products of the year, and I wanted to check in with them to see what's going on now, what is new, and how they are doing. So now, without further ado, hi, Brian Vermeer. How are you doing? Hi, Christina Hughes.
Hi, Petra.
Now, without further ado, oh my God, hold on. I have to switch off the sound here, or I have everything double. All right. Yes.
Now.
We made it.
Now I'm ready.
We made it.
We
yes.
did. And thank you for having us, Petra.
Oh, absolutely. So tell me, guys, my God, it's been a while. I see you all the time. I see you, at trade shows and stuff like that. And it's so nice, but it's so nice to have you here. So tell me again how you came up with the idea of Frame Your Feline, and what is it? Tell me.
What is Frame Your Feline? Well,
how did we come up with the idea?
Well, first of all, let's explain. This is a real cat in a frame on the wall. Maybe we should go a little closer. Hang on a second.
Real cat in a frame.
Yes. Cats are wonderful living art, aren't they? We must appreciate and adore our feline friends as true meowsterpieces they are.
Right.
So, we were tired of ugly carpeted cat trees, Petra. And we were tired
we were in our apartment in LA, and we had this horrible, hideous, powder blue carpeted cat tree that our hairdresser gave us when we adopted Frosty. She's like, I have a gift for you. And she brings it over, and I'm like, oh, it's hideous. And it was well loved, but it was hideous. And we were moving, and we're like, we're not bringing that with us.
It was gross. And a lot of cat products, Petra. I don't know if you know this because, you have a fairly huge channel. So you know what it's like to have cat products that don't meet the human midway, right? It's either a product and you're like, well, the cat likes it, but I don't like it. And then maybe it's something you like and the cat doesn't like it. This is where the rubber meets the road, where we can really kind of move forward and progress as human beings getting along with our cats, because this is a beautiful display that even when the cat is not in it, it's beautiful on the wall. And when the cat's,
Very true.
it's even more beautiful because now you can look at them as a work of living art.
That is very true. And that is like, the cats obviously, look, Soshi is in it. The cats obviously love it, Yeah, it's really something beautiful. And yeah, it's an artwork. It's an art piece.
So when we moved, we were like hanging up artwork, and I had always in our apartment wanted to put up like cat shelves, but they just kind of looked boring, and we had art on the walls. And so I was like, how do we make a gallery wall with like art that we have? Because my dad has given us some nice art that's professionally framed. And I was like, how do we have like a gallery wall, but then have like frames for the cats or a shelf for the cats? And that was when Brian said, You mean frame your cat? And I'm like, yeah, how can we do that?
Right. And
he's like, that's fun to put on the shelf. We'll talk about that later. I don't know.
Yeah, we were like, what? And so, but we did know we didn't want just something boring on the walls and a lot of shelves. You know how some people, like, they create this huge, like, super highway, and it's just like, it doesn't look all that good. Like, people who come over your house, they go, oh,
you have a cat.
You have a cat, and it shows, right?
And when people come over, and they're like, whoa, what's that? We're like, secret.
It's called a conversation piece.
It is. It's so true. It's so true. I mean, actually, you need it in every room because it's like so beautiful. I really love it. The cats love it, and they can scratch and everything. But hey, what am I talking about? By the way, Laura Lee, man,
Oh,
nice
hey,
to
Laura
see you
Lee.
here.
Good to see you,
So,
or not.
let me ask you a few questions about this. Okay, so you're going to CatCon, you're going to San Diego Cat Show. Actually, we had a booth together.
Yeah.
Best Friend Super Adoption, and so what are people's first reactions when they see your Frame Your Feline? When they see this first, what is their first reaction?
Okay, there's two reactions. Okay. One, okay, so the initial reaction from some is we can't have a live cat in a booth
At a show.
Like a lot of people don't know that. Like we can't at CatCon, we're not allowed to have a live cat in a frame. When we do Best Friends, we're not allowed to have a live cat. So
At CFA, we
At
couldn't
CFA.
have a live cat.
right.
Yeah.
So to get around that, we had to have some sort of a cat, a stuffed animal or something. We decided to go with this like animatronic.
It's like a
cat.
therapy cat.
Right.
It's like it purrs and it moves its head and arms and.
But not
Right.
Not like a real cat. It's
right.
like a robot.
Right. So most of the time it's just sitting there. Okay. People walk by and then they're like, is this an afterlife product? Is this for like a taxidermied cat or like? And we're like, no.
That happened last year at CatCon. Some people walk by, they're like, "Ooh," and they made a face. It's like, what's going on? Why the expression? And then we had so many people at our booth at one point that we had a monitor on the table with live cats, videos of our cats in the frames. But nobody could see that because we had so many people in the booth, and we're like, no, hey, it's not a dead cat. It's not meant for that. It's for your cat in your home alive.
Right.
And they're like, oh,
yeah.
wow.
But as soon as
the second reaction,
right, the second reaction is when they look at our big monitor where we have footage of cats jumping into the frame, sitting in the frame, cleaning themselves, sleeping, doing all the things
Perching.
that cats do. And that when people see that, they go, oh, you see the synapses, you see their brain like explode, and they're like, are you kidding me? Like, what?
And we're like, but wait, there's more. And just because Poppy's so chill, I'm going to switch out an artwork panel.
Sure.
Because they're like, oh, check this out.
So we put a Halloween panel in there. We have so you could switch out artwork panels. We have over 1,000 on our site. And this is we have holidays, and this is for Halloween. Look at that.
Yeah, very nice.
Isn't that cool? So everybody's having their pumpkin spice lattes, Petra. And so we felt we could put the Halloween in there for the cats. And so now she's giving peace out.
Peace sign.
Peace and love. Yeah, the tie-dye.
Since Poppy's kind of dark, I'll take that. Since Poppy's kind of dark in her fur color, I like to put something bright around
That's true.
her.
Because if you think about it, look at this one here. You can't see Soshi really, but she's here.
Yeah.
and that's been a fun thing, like playing around with different cats, like seeing people who have Frame Your Feline in their homes, seeing like what did they come up with, like which artwork did they pick with their cat. We have a woman in Salem, Massachusetts. She's like Salem, Mass, where all like the witches are and everything, and she has like all this like Madonna art and Gothic art, and she has some plants that are cat friendly surroundings. She's made like a really cool super wall.
It's like a shrine.
It is.
It's like a shrine to the cats.
I love it. So guys, last year you were one of my top 10 products, of the year. And rightfully so, because, this is like one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. So now What made you think about a version 2? Because you do have a version 2 now, right?
Yes. Okay. Well, all right. Everybody settle back. This is a story of the okay?
The life of an entrepreneur.
The life of an entrepreneur.
The life of a small biz.
I think we should really kind of look at it from like from the beginning stages, okay? So when we first created this as a prototype, it was more square. We didn't have the aspect ratio right, and it was cool. It looked cool, but it was also smaller, and like the cat's head was like cramped, and like we're like, we gotta go big or go home. We gotta go wider. We gotta go taller. And so the next iteration, we did that. We had the size incorrect, so now we were like, okay, now we need to work on how we're gonna get the artwork panels to work where it's effortlessly sliding in and out, and it's not a danger to the cat. It won't fall out, right?
Right.
Image is going to remain put. And so once we had that all figured out, then we needed to get the website going. And then we learned a lot about copyright law and things that we were not allowed to sell as artwork panels because of copyright issues.
Like a photo of the Eiffel Tower at night, that lightscape is copywritten, or certain buildings if you focus on, and like the New York skyline, obviously like Disney and all those things, or sports teams or colleges, we can't use any of that ... yet. So for licensing deals.
So once we approached, it was CatCon of 2023. We decided, okay, this is our big coming out, because no one had seen us yet. We hadn't been promoting. It was our time to like, let's see what the public thinks. and then it was a little haywire because
one of us was super late the first day.
Thanks. But we couldn't keep up with the demand.
We had a lot of orders from CatCon.
And why couldn't we keep up with demand? Because
we'll let the cat out of the bag.
We'll let the cat out of the bag. There's two shelves in this product. There's the upper shelf that connects to the studs in your wall, which is Christina's pointing to. And then there's the lower shelf, which is carpeted, that the cat rests on. So you could think of that as the floor. And those two shelves connect to the wall through to the studs in the wall. Makes it super strong. And then an art frame, an actual real art frame, then connects to those shelves. Okay, now that we know what are the components of this product, well, the shelving components were made out of wood, one at a time.
By hand.
By hand, by one person. And you know who that person was?
Are you going to go that deep?
You're
really letting the cat out of the bag.
I'm going to let the cat out of the bag.
A gentleman who's in his early 80s.
My dad.
Wow.
So my dad is an engineer, really smart guy, and like
a great woodworker.
And a great woodworker, and designed and got everything like perfect, right? And but we always knew like, okay, this is so we can get it off the ground, a proof of concept going. And then that proof of concept happened at CatCon. And so we had to figure out mass manufacturing of this.
Pretty quickly,
yeah.
And there was a woman that we met who was also a vendor in the lobby, I think it was a Sunday, the second day of CatCon.
Yeah.
And we exchanged contact information. That's the one thing we love, like, about you and everybody that we've been meeting in the cat community. Like, everybody's so nice and ready to like share information and leads and brainstorm, which I think is really cool. And we had exchanged information, and we talked to her like 2 days after CatCon, once we got our voices back. And she was like, you need to talk to so-and-so. They do mass manufacturing. And then we talked to them, or she talked to them, and they said, no, it's not us. They need to go to a show. There's a show coming up, and it was in like a month. And it was in California, and it was an hour away from us. And we were like, we're going to go.
So it was a manufacturing trade show.
We brought Jackson. We're like, this is great homeschool.
We must have looked like complete
idiots
dorks, because
walking around with shelves.
I brought the shelves with us and flyers so we could show them what we're doing. And we were like, literally, we had zero clue, like no idea. So we were just going from one booth to the next. Hey, could you make this? Like, right? And a lot of them were looking at it and they're like, you can't do injection molding. It's too big. You're gonna like, you know, you don't want to. It's gonna be expensive. Oh, well, we can't 3D print that. It's too long. It's too wide. We can't do that, right? So we're just like, we were feeling pretty downtrodden. Okay, we're going around, and we had a couple people who were like, well, yeah, just send it over. They're like in Chicago, and like, we could do it, and then they would.
They're not really in Chicago.
They're not really. They're in China.
Overseas in China, and we don't want to do that.
We wanted to have it all made in the USA, and so it was the last booth at this show, literally the last one, and they were cool, hip guys, and we started talking to them, and we were like, hey, can we tell you what we're doing? By that time, we're just beat, and we're like, whatever. And they're like, oh, this is cool. They totally got it. They were like, this is a great idea, you know? And they said, send us your product, and let's see what we can do. We said, okay. Right. And so we ended up sending our product. We then
we talked to them on the phone, and then we got a prototype. Was it like the day that we were leaving to see you in San Diego?
Yes. We just got it.
And
it was like, at the beginning of 2024. And it was genius. It was brilliant.
We installed it in the kitchen where we had another frame. Because I was nervous, like, are the cats going to like this? Are they going to know the difference between wood and this product? And they had no idea. They were scratching away. They were perching away, looking out the window. The same feeling as 1.0. So we're like, this is awesome. Right.
And we learned something at the CFA, which
Cat Fanciers Association, for those who are,
which are that there were people there that were like, oh, it's wood, because,
and we were like, why? Yeah. We didn't know what the problem was, and then now we know, because most of those male cats are not neutered, and what do male cats do? They spray, and so the apprehension was, oh, this could get really stinky. And you know, or not sanitary, because we had a couple of cat cafe people when we did the super adoption event with Best Friends in the fall. They were like, oh, we have to like have a board meeting about this, and they wouldn't say why. And then we've been in touch with a couple of them, and they were like, yeah, that's why, but we didn't want to say anything. We don't want to hurt your feelings. And we're like, no, hurt my feelings, because I want this to be an awesome experience for everybody.
So so through that manufacturer, they created a prototype, and then we were back and forth through different variations of that prototype, and this is it. This is the new version. This is the upper shelf. When we think of CatCrazy channel, it's nothing but upper shelf, baby. It's nothing but upper. So this is what attaches to the wall, and this is the seal. And this material is lighter than the wood by like half. Okay, it's like half the weight, but sturdier than wood. It's non-toxic, non-porous,
and fully recyclable.
And made in the USA. It's the most genius,
awesome
material. And so so the
upper shelf looks like that. The lower shelf is just like that, but it's carpeted. Mm-hmm. And so it took us testing it, looking at it, making some tweaks, and then going through the whole price component part of it. And then we were able to show it off at CatCon a couple weeks ago here in LA, in Pasadena.
That's right.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Yeah. By the way, do you see that, we had some questions here, local emo, he was asking about this. Now, in the meantime, I'm sure you already explained it, and Mike Powell already knows what this is all about. Okay.
Oh yeah, so Mike Powell is one of our creators. He is an amazing photographer, and let me see what picture.
You just keep talking.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure.
No, I know. No, I
know. Oh, there we go.
Let me do my job.
There we go. Look at this. Hi, Poppy. Sweet. So Christina's gonna put in one of Mike Powell's amazing
He's what
images.
We call a creative.
Ah, there you go.
And so that is called Butterfly Lunch, and that's in our nature category.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, and it's really vibrant, and so yeah, we have creators from all over who love to see their work with cats in front of their work.
Photographers, all kinds of painters, oil,
Digital
acrylic,
artists.
digital artists.
And
Yeah.
and so yeah, that was a big challenge, getting, figuring out how to get art up on our
Right.
site, right, and the rights to
But
sell it. Yeah.
talking about challenges, I think from founder to founder, I know how much work it takes to get something going. How does that work with you guys? You're working like 24/7. How is it like running a business together?
There is no off
There's
switch.
no off switch. We're always working. We're also parents to Jackson, who's 8, and he's homeschooled. And then the reason why like our website is so cool looking is because Brian is also a web designer. So he is a Squarespace certified
Specialist.
So we're
I
always
heard about that. Yes.
yeah. We're always working and always creating, and it's hard. Sometimes we need to go for a walk and talk it out and brainstorm it. Yes, Mike says, and Jackson is a tech consultant
Tech consultant too. Yes.
Yes, because well, for real, Petra. In January, Jackson's like, because he had his own little show during COVID, and he had a show before that, Jackson Asher Super Adventures and the Trick or Treat Kid, and he loves YouTube like most 8-year-olds do. And he said, "Mom, why don't we have any shorts on our Frame Your Feline YouTube channel? Duh!" So I'm like, "What's that?" And so we started making shorts, and we went from like, I mean, we don't have anywhere near the amount of subscribers as CatCrazy channel, but we more than doubled our subscribers.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. That's great. So tell me, guys, like from version 1.0 to 2.0, what did it take? What was the journey like?
Well, that journey was the journey of finding the manufacturer, and then
Yeah.
having to lay low because we weren't going to sell while we were figuring out what we were going to do, as far as the manufacturing is concerned, which was scary because we had to kind of shut down, not literally shut down, but kind of just pull back.
We weren't doing lives.
We weren't doing anything.
Like engagement with people. We weren't doing any pop-ups or anything like that because we were just really going, okay, we've got to figure this out. We've got to get the numbers right. We got to haggle here. We need to, check this all out.
Right. And it wasn't until we had everything figured out that we could finally go, okay, we're going to do CatCon, and we're going to do a Kickstarter for our initial run of Frame Your Feline 2.0, which is currently happening right now.
Exactly. That would have been my next question. How's that going?
Yeah, so it's going good. We've got a little ways to go and a short time to get there, so we're gonna, we got to hop to it. I encourage.
We crossed over the 50% threshold last weekend.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Woo.
So now we need to get everybody to go over and get their frame on their wall, their feline frames on their wall through Kickstarter. We have amazing rewards, amazing incentives. Go there now if you're watching live. It's at go to Kickstarter and just look,
Kickstarter.com.
Kickstarter.com and search Frame Your Feline, and you will find it. And hop on board. We are going to, once it's over, which is on September 8th, we go right into manufacturing right away.
But before we talk about that, I want to say the cool thing is when we transition from the wood to this version, we've been able to reduce the price drastically. So
That's
we've been
great.
able to take $100 off the 1.0. The 2.0 version is $100 less. And then on Kickstarter, depending upon what you choose to order, there are additional savings: $50, $65, $75,
$120. Yeah.
So that's like, this is if there's no better time to get in on this now, because once the Kickstarter is over, it's going to go to the full retail price
of.
Right.
Have we figured all out the numbers? $299. Is that what
well, with $100. We're going MSRP $299. What the initial version, which was the wood, was $3.99 if you remember.
Yes,
But
yes.
nothing has changed. The artwork frames are exactly the same materials, same material that the actual framers use. So nothing,
Right.
no quality has changed, and we would never suffer quality for this product. We want everything to be high end, and
But we
Right.
want to let people know you're not just getting the upper shelf and the lower shelf that's carpeted and the frame style of your choice. We have a new one too. But you get 2 artwork panels of your choice, and you get a poster that's a template to make the installation super easy, and all the parts. So we don't come to your house and we don't have the drill, but we make everything super easy so you can set this up in less than 20 minutes.
so you can do it on your own.
Right.
But if you
That
need
was
me
my
to come
next.
down there, if you need me to come over, I will do it. And I'll dress
Okay, I'll take you up on that. My question is, I remember it's easy to set up the version number 1. How is it about the second one, your new version? Is that the same way, or did things change?
Same way. We have the same. We have a template, but it's a bit different now. This is a little bit bigger than version 1, actually, by just a smidge. It's a little taller. And so yeah, we make it super simple. That template comes in. In fact, we have even further developed beyond just the shelves. So in version 1, it came in a huge box, right? Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Frames were like pre-made and like big, right? And so that was like crazy for shipping. Okay. And so we have worked really hard to develop the frames, all frame styles, the frame that comes in the box. It's all, you get it as a kit. And we already have pre-drilled holes and everything into the frame, into all the frame parts. So it's, you get the 4 sides, and we have these brackets, and everything gets together and with a screwdriver, and boom, tight, nice. So it comes in a smaller box now, the whole unit, and then the artwork panels and the template, the poster template, come in a separate package, which is in a no crush envelope, a stay flat.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Carol just says here she loves the cameo by the kitty on your Frame Your Feline site.
Isn't that pretty? Isn't that awesome?
That's Poppy, and we do offer solid background colors, and then also gradient ombre versions, and that's what's really cool, because I use the solid colors when I take pictures of any cats that we're fostering or that we're trying to network for a local rescue, especially like darker furred cats. Like Poppy's pretty dark, and it will help them, like a bright yellow with a black cat, or like a bright orange really helps bring out the fur and the like all the little features of the cat.
We had a white cat, an all white cat, had beautiful blue eyes. His name was Frosty, and with the blue background, like,
ooh,
beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, you brought up like I was going to tell you, we this whole thing, like when we first installed it in our house. I want to go back for a second. When we first installed it, we didn't know how the cats would take to it. Like, we had no idea. And so when we put it up on the wall, it was like immediate. They wanted to be in it.
They loved it. Yes.
And because it's a box, like you can see on your wall, right? That kind of breaks the illusion a little bit. But they love being in it because they feel like they're in a box. I call it a cat because they just feel safe in it. They like being in it.
Oh yeah, they love it. Yes.
It's like a cave for a cat. A cat cave.
A cat cave. One question. So now the artwork, you have all these beautiful different artwork. I mean, tons of it. How do you select those artists? How do you select the artwork?
Well, in the beginning, another secret out of the bag.
Oh boy. Oh wait, I want to just say, Sophia Alonso, thank you for noticing our matching outfits.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Excuse me. Come on. I'm
Yeah, no, we're
you
working.
look
You
so
got the
cute.
pink. You're
I
rocking
love
the
it.
pink and those
You like
strawberries.
strawberries?
Yes, strawberries.
I always love your outfits, Petra. You look so cute with your Converse and everything on at the
Yeah.
So Christina's about to spill the beans.
Oh,
Go for
so
it.
in the beginning, we're like, we need art. Who do we know? Who do we know? What have we done? And I have a relative who is Mike Powell, who's watching us right now. And
Yes.
he traveled the world and he agreed to share images. Brian's father has taken some photography for us. Brian and I have contributed. In fact, the very first image we used is something I took. I'll pull it out in a second, which is, it features where we live. Jackson wants to get in on this. I know. I'm gonna get
She feels
her.
stuck there.
Yeah.
The other cats are waiting to get in.
Oh, yeah, because we'll show how people ask, like, how can you access the frame?
So see the shelves.
Hold on 1 second. Here we go, Poppy. No, come on. No. Oh, here we go. We were redecorating. We're reconfiguring something. We usually have a shelf over here that she would jump off, but
Yes.
we don't have that right now. So then we were like, we have a friend from our old church in LA who's a painter. Let's contact her and see if we can use her images. And several of the artists were like, yes, we think this is a really cool idea. We've never had cats next to our images. This is interesting. How many mugs and T-shirts can I print with my art on it? Let's try it. Let's see how it goes. So
Right.
in the beginning, we were so gracious and lucky to be able to have some family members. I have a cousin who's adopted, and I initially spoke to her. Oh, good, she just jumped from one frame to the other. I initially spoke to her because my great uncle, which was her grandfather, he was a photographer, and I'm like, can you get access to his images? And she's like, I don't really know where all that stuff is, but I have some images. So it started like that. And then we just during COVID, we did like a beta casting call, and we were asking for cat families who wanted to try out the 1.0 version. We also put out kind of a casting call for artists and said, hey, would you like to contribute? We have an artist in Australia who contributed a very popular piece of art that has graffiti on it.
Yep.
So we're always like asking people, like, we don't know what kind of images certain people want on their walls. So we're like, hey, you have some of this, or hey, does anybody that know, and does anybody know anybody that has this or that? We live near an area where there's a lot of cherry farms, so we've shot some cherries.
There's a lot for us to get up there. I mean,
right. We're always adding.
Yeah, we're always.
Oh yeah, no, I know. When I go to your website, I'm like, I don't even know. Like, there's so many, possibilities there. I love it. For all the seasons, but also like just beautiful artwork, and I love it. So tell me really quick, did it take time for your cats to get used to it, or did they just jump in it right away?
No, it was immediate. Like
Yeah.
really made us like excited was just that they immediately wanted to go up in, because it gives the vertical height that cats crave, but then it also gives them that feeling of being enclosed that they love. And so they get the best of both worlds. They get height, and then they've got protection. Even though it's open on all sides, but that frame connected to the shelves really gives them a sense of being in a box. And so because of that, cats just naturally take to it and sit in there and lounge and look at you, judge you, stare at you. Why are you looking at me like art? And that's where that reaction comes in, because we've had this on the wall, and we forget to tell like somebody who comes over what we've got going on. And we had that happen where somebody was walking by and they saw the cat in the frame and had to go, what the F am I looking at? Like, what is this? Right? And so, like, look at that.
So
Yeah.
So I wanted to jump in here, Brian.
Yeah.
So this is Holly, and sitting on the shelf behind Brian is her brother Jolly. When Frosty passed away during COVID, we adopted these two right away. We renamed them Holly and Jolly to honor Frosty. And you know how you're supposed to wait when you bring a new cat or cats home to introduce them to everybody else? Well, they were just so cute. I was like, I'm not going to put them in the home office and do the separate them through the door thing. I'm going to just pop them up in the frame. And they were so little, and they were cuddling together. And the artwork panel that we had behind them says family. And we were like, oh my gosh. And they jump up. They love being up high. You don't have to train them. You don't have to lure them with treats or a laser or anything like that. During COVID, we bought a cat wheel, and we've had like 12 cats go through it, and nobody uses it. We've watched every video, and
Yeah, your cat.
No, I have a cat wheel right here. We have 5 cats. 2 of our 5 cats love the cat wheel. The others couldn't care less. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the cat.
There's a
But
great
all of them use the Frame Your Feline. All of them, And
there's a great comment here from Athena, Ace, Domino, Tank, and Walters. They say these frames are so cute. Your cat could literally be anywhere. Yeah. When we were first teasing the product launch, we had a video where we said, could you imagine sending your cat to space, sending your cat to the desert? How about
to the beach?
To the beach in front of a sand.
Yeah.
And so it's allowing your cat to go and visit exotic places without any danger of visiting those exotic places. We've tested every one of these artwork panels, and no cat has ever been injured by visiting space or the ocean or otherwise. So,
may I ask you, how many cats do you guys have right now?
I'll let her talk about that.
Well, we are fostering a mom.
Which brings us to another point.
We are fostering a mom cat and her 6 kittens. 2 of them have been adopted, so that makes 5.
Great.
And we have an abandoned kitten, so that makes 6 that we're fostering. Don't look at me. And then we have a woman who has Parkinson's, and she can't take care of her cat, so that makes 7. And then we have a woman who lost her apartment, and she has a cat she told us was an indoor-only cat, but he's really an outdoor cat. So that makes 8. Those are 8 fosters. And then we have our resident cats. Tootie, Winnie, Poppy, Mojave, Holly, Jolly, Skippy, and Bodie. So right now, thank God none of our parents are watching, we have 16 cats.
I don't want to know.
Talking about cat, I think you should be called CatCrazy, okay?
It's just temporary, Petra. What happened was, when I can't be really busy, I get very creative. And so while we were going through this whole, we can't really sell, and we can't really do events process and getting the prototypes, I was like, hey, what can I do up here to help the cat community? We live on the edge of LA County. We live by 2 very high kill shelters. And our shelters in LA County are told to treat cats like squirrels. So they most likely won't take a cat. They say, leave it outside where we have coyotes and bobcats. It's only like if the person has passed away or they pay a fee. It's very weird and hard to figure out.
Yeah.
So I was on like the Nextdoor app and seeing people like this woman, oh, my mom has stage 4 cancer. We can't keep these 2 cats. And I said, let me talk to my rescue partner friend. And she said, sure. So we fostered them for a while. No, actually we met her and we transported them, but we took them here and we took pictures of them. And then we brought them to an adoption event, and it took only 2 Saturdays and they were adopted. I networked their pictures and video all over the internet, and we got 2 different families, which was fine, to separate them because they weren't bonded, and it happens. And then there was like, oh, we're moving from our mobile home park. We have this cat we've never fixed. She's already had a litter. And we're gonna leave her behind. And I'm like, oh no, we're gonna go get her. And I've never been to like a mobile home park before, and I was like, wow, there are a lot of animals running around here, and I'm sure most of them are not fixed. And that's, you know, Mission Meow and Frame Your Feline, we are really cool people because we are also business partners with Mission Meow. And this is the thing, like getting out and about, like I have not really ever seen this overpopulation problem. I've read articles about it in LA Times, but that's a big thing. Right now, we can't afford to have our own fix-it mobile and go around and spay neuter, but we can contribute quarterly to Mission Meow, where they give grants, we give grants to people who are helping to control this population or trying to. So that, you know, it's been kind of cool because I was like, we just need to do this little experiment where we're going to foster some cats. And Brian's like, oh God.
But the photos and other rescues have gotten our product, and they see a huge difference when they take pictures of the adoptable cats in the frame. It A, makes it easier to take the picture of your cat, but B, people go, oh my God, that's beautiful. And they look like a work of art. And people, the adoption rates spike when they have these pictures of cats in frames. And so, so anyway, that's like a huge thing that we really want to kind of, you know, penetrate that arena and really help cats get adopted at a faster pace by having them photographed in frames.
I love that. I love that. If you ever have a cat that is hard to adopt out, let us help you. CatCrazy can help you too. We're creating a little video like with within the frame or something. We'll be happy to help. Okay. And I love Mission Meow, of course, you know. So another question for you guys. Is there any weight restriction? Because let's say I have a Maine Coon cat, which I don't, but I would love to. They're heavy. Do they fit in there?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we've had Maine Coons in here. We've had a huge Maine Coon and a Bengal, a big Bengal.
Well, not a big Bengal. It's a hyper. It's a hyper cat. It's not a big.
What is that cat? Like, I've seen that picture of like those two together.
The Maine Coon is really big and fluffy, and then the Bengal, he's like kind of more muscular.
Yeah, but he's big. Like he's husky. Yeah. And no problem. So we say 20. Well, each shelf we say 25 pounds.
Right.
But but when they're together and anchored to your studs with the frame, it can handle more than that. But we say 25. Yeah. But we've seen over 25.
And some people will ask, like, well, what happens if the cat sits on the top of the frame? And we're like, it's not a problem. We have videos where we have Jolly, who's sleeping right next to Brian on the shelf. And then our Siberian Siamese cat, that's Holly just jumping from one frame to the other over her brother who's on a shelf. But big cats, fluffy cats, little kittens. It's funny to see the kittens in like when we shoot the adoption videos. If we continue to do fostering, we're going to probably install a frame really low for the kittens in Jackson's room because he seems to be like enjoying being a foster kid. And
he's not the foster.
Dad. Well, he's not a foster dad. He's a foster kid, right, for the cats. But that way they can jump up and do all that. Like now, why wait when we shoot them here? Because somebody said, "Oh my God, do you guys have like a baby gate when you're shooting them up in your high frames?" And I said, "Actually, what we do is we put couch cushions underneath. Nobody's fallen off. I'm right by the frame. Brian is shooting, but just in case, I don't want to have any casualties while we're shooting. But the kittens are just really fun. They, we wave a toy like this, and they're like, woo, 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 if you're ever wondering. And the inspiration for this is there's a woman who is Gabby's foster kittens and Tahoe the cat. She purchased a Frame Your Feline at CatCon last year, and she fosters a lot of Siamese cats that come from Mexico or the streets of Riverside County. And she sent us a video where she had like 4 cats just going like this. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm waving a wand toy. And oh my gosh, the rescue loves these pictures. So we thought that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's so cute. Laura Lee, by the way, she is like watching Jolly jumping in and out to
Yeah,
frame.
and then she's leaving.
Yes.
And Mike Powell just said, "Yay for Notre Dame
Dame.
at dawn." This is a photo he took, and it's
Right.
beautiful. Yeah,
That's one of his photos. Ah, amazing. So,
yeah.
so Laura Lee, by the way, has 18 cats. I know that for like a few days you also had 18, right?
Well, yeah, Laura Lee likes to compete against us at Frame Your Feline. She likes to try to one up us every time. And I'm always like, why, Laura? Why do you have to do this to us? So now it's a competition. We got to see who gets more cats because we are cat crazy too, but you have the trademark, so we can't say that.
Yeah, right. Well, you can say that, Hey, come
Well,
on, we're all
you just
Mission
have your
Meow
team
fans.
of lawyers come after me. I've seen that. Here we go.
Not with us. Mission Meow fans. Talking about Mission Meow. Tell me a little bit about your involvement with Mission Meow.
Well, it started last year. Sally contacted us
Yep.
and told us, hey, we're looking for business partners. Can you donate quarterly? This is the kind of grants that we give out. They're 501c3 rescues. They're vetted. These are the kind of things that they asked for. Is it called a nebulizer for kittens so that they can be safe from the beginning on up to big outdoor catios for feral cats. And we're like, how could we not want to be involved?
Well, first of all, Sally is such a nice human being. It's like you can't you can't say no to Sally. It's almost like the scene in Star Wars, right? Where they're like, this is not the droid you're looking for, right? It's kind of like one of those and all of a sudden you're like, yes, Sally, we will do this. And so so Sally is the leader of the whole thing. She is the founder of Mission Meow and not such a great, warm person who genuinely cares about all animals,
right?
Especially cats. Yeah. And so it's
we were involved last year as business partners, sharing stories, donating. We all got together at CatCon. And then last late fall, she's like, can I talk to you guys? And she asked us if we would take on board member positions. And we're like, okay, what do we need to do? And we need to attend meetings and we need to brainstorm ideas. And then we also contribute because Brian is so amazing at editing. So anytime you watch a Mission Meow video and you start crying, it's because of Brian's great ability to capture giving a grant check and how emotional it is. And all us crazy cat ladies are crying.
That's right. Yeah. So we contribute in other ways, that we have some expertise and happy to do it. Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's what we do too. We do the sweepstakes right now with Mission Meow, hoping that people donate to Mission Meow. They don't have to, but it would be really nice, and they get extra entries. So yeah. So Mission Meow is amazing. Sally is amazing, and I really appreciate you guys doing so much work with them. So that is fantastic. I mean, really. So tell me a little bit. Laura Lee says it's all your fault, Brian.
Yeah, she said she's capped at 18, which now means we have to go to 19. And so we got to do it so we can just, put the plaque on the wall.
Win. You got to win.
Over the CatCrazy challenge. And as long as you come to present the trophy, Petra.
That trophy?
Oh,
the 100,000 subscribers.
I just want to nuzzle up against it.
You already did.
We got to visit you in person, and I got to actually see it. She wouldn't let me touch it, but she let me see it.
You did touch it.
I was afraid I may just run off with that YouTube.
There's a fingerprint on there. That was you.
It might have been me. I was like, I just want a little bit of that YouTube channel aura just to kind of run.
Yes. So tell me, Brian and Christina, both of you, what's next for you after this? Now you have the version 2.0. What's coming up next?
That's a great question. Christina, what's coming? Christina, what? Wait, what? I'll answer the question.
Get one of our bigger cats.
Oh, we're getting
He was sleeping though.
We're putting
in the other frame in the bedroom. So
we're putting a big boy in here.
Oh yeah, good.
That is
Bodhi.
a beautiful cat named Bodhi.
Bodhi
was sleeping though. He's like,
why?
Thanks a lot.
Why are you moving me in here?
I was in the other frame. I was so happy.
So the question that was asked while you were getting Bodhi was, where are we going next? What's happening next with Frame Your Feline?
There are a lot of things happening beyond the Kickstarter.
There are things that we cannot talk about.
We cannot talk about at the moment, but our big vision is we want to get Frame Your Feline out to the masses. We're really excited about being able to manufacture. We love our manufacturer. We want to get in some more cat cafes. We want to work with some cat rescues. We have it's called a big, hairy, audacious goal. We have two of them. One of them involves a zoo.
The National Zoo. What we want to do is have a Frame Your Feline, a big, huge frame.
For tigers?
A huge frame.
Tiger, a lion.
For a tiger, a lion, and have it so they look like art when they go in it.
Jaguar.
So that is our big audacious
That's
goal.
one of them.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah, and then the second one is we were watching something on Architectural Digest. There's this architect, Michael Winsner, I think his name is, and he was doing a tour of all these different museums in Manhattan. And all of a sudden, I'm like, wait, I have a vision. I want to do a live cat installation on a wall in a museum that we can have plexiglass, so there's space between the people and the cats can have their food in litter boxes. But could you imagine walking into a museum and there's a gallery wall of cats perching, sleeping, jumping around in Frame Your Feline? I just think that would be really fun.
And it would be called
the
Mewseum, MEW.
I like that.
Yeah.
That actually sounds really good.
So those are our big, hairy, audacious goals. We have something really big in the works, and when people eventually find out about it, they might go, wow, that's kind of cool.
I remember them.
That's kind of neat. So there's lots going on behind the scenes, but right now we're focused on that Kickstarter. If you have not gotten your Frame Your Feline, which you can install on your wall, it only takes 4 screws, and we've got an easy template for you to install it in your own house or home. Get it now while the getting is good. Go to Kickstarter and look up Frame Your Feline, and you will find us. We've got about a week to go. So.
And if you're a dog person, or you just are watching the replay of this and you like entrepreneurs, we have 2 lower priced pledges that you can take advantage of. One is some stickers, because everybody loves stickers at CatCon, and the other one is a Frame Your Feline lapel pin, which is our logo.
Enamel pin.
Yeah. So we're excited to see those pledges go up.
There you go.
Yes, I do hope so. I mean, there's still enough time,
Well, Laura Lee just dropped a comment where she said for the museum idea that they should all be adoptable cats.
Oh yes, of course.
I love that. I think this is fantastic. By the way, I'm going to be in San Diego at a cat cafe next weekend. I'm going to talk to them about Frame Your Feline. It's called Whiskers and Wine Bar, in case you haven't heard about them. So,
wow.
Yes,
you got me wine.
Yes, I know. I look forward to that. So I'm going to talk with them about this. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool,
Are you doing an episode there?
Yes, I will. I'm actually interviewing them. I also want to do Crumbs and Whiskers. I haven't talked
Yes.
with them yet that much, but I want to, talk with them too in LA, So.
Nice.
Oh, I'm excited to
love
see
that.
those episodes.
Yeah.
Well, at least the next one, which is down in San Diego, that you do.
In San Diego, Whiskers and Wine Bar. Yes. So I
Excellent.
look forward to that.
No-
So, anyways, I hope that lots of people will get to your Kickstarter right now
Yeah.
and, put in a pledge, man. Back you guys.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to get another. Brian and Christina, I do need another one here. Okay.
Well, if you
I need the
you
new
get
version.
one, I'm gonna
Yes.
pop in there a nice big CatCrazy logo backdrop.
Oh, that'd be
Yes, hold
I-
on. Somebody was writing about that. Actually, I saw that earlier.
So yeah, we do
Sorry.
customized backgrounds for
Oh, yes.
people to
Yes.
upload their own images, logos, whatever, and we will do it as long as you own the rights. Don't upload a Coca-Cola logo and think we'll print it. I'm not getting in trouble. Nope.
Yes, we have a gentleman who has a resident cat at his tattoo parlor, and we printed the logo for that. And we also
Yeah.
are actually the very first person who purchased from us when we launched is a veterinarian in Michigan,
Mhm.
and she has it installed in her vet office, and people come in and take pictures. There's also been like a ferret and a rat or something in the frame, but she has it and people can take pictures of their cats. So that's another thing is some vet offices would be fun.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah?
you can.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
you can use your own images. Yep,
Mhm.
for sure. You can upload, and
I
we
love
also
that.
have incentive too,
Yes.
that where you
On the
can
Kickstarter.
add additional customized panels. If you have cool vacation photo or a piece of art you did yourself that you want to have behind your cat, then that's all you do is you get that. Yeah, go ahead.
And that's good because people don't know. Look. Athena, Ace, Domino, Tank, and Walter said they didn't know you can customize it. So there you go.
Yeah,
Custom,
we do that. We do that a lot. We had somebody who had ordered from us who had a beautiful image from Croatia that she took and
Yeah.
sent it over to us. And the way it works is you purchase, and then you would then we would get a hold of you. You will then upload your image to us, and then we make it to the scale and the size. We make it look beautiful, and then we send it to you for your
Awesome.
approval. And then once you approve it, we print it and send it right to you. Yep.
Also, it's very easy to clean, right? I mean, like the artwork, you can clean it. There's like no problem. It doesn't get
Here's
destroyed when
one
you
of
clean
the
it.
most popular panels, if you can believe it.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, version one, people when they were buying these all year round. And so yeah, it's a semi-rigid thermoplastic. It's actually material that's used for outdoor signage, so colors will not fade. You can get it wet, doesn't matter, colors will not run, and the images are vibrant on this material, and it's sturdy. It's not cardboard, you know.
Right.
There's a winter scene right behind Bodhi there.
Aw.
Isn't that cool?
I could use a little bit of winter right now.
I know, right? Summer can't end fast enough. We've been battling the heat in Southern California, so
Yes.
looking forward to it to cool down for about a week. Right?
Yes, that would be nice. And on that note, I think we should like call it a day, unless you have like a couple more things you would talk about that we haven't mentioned. Is there anything else?
I believe
the only thing is sometimes people just ask us, how do the cats get in the frame? And so
Yes.
right behind us where we are sitting, right here, let me see, I'm just pointing to right here, is a shelf. So
Yes.
we sell the carpeted, the lower shelf as a shelf.
Right.
At shelf.
Right.
But if you have a desk or a credenza, some people at CatCon who bought last year, who came by our booth this year, they said they put it above a nightstand, and they actually put a little clicker light underneath so it shines down on their nightstand. We're like, that's so cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
You
should add some. You should add some lights. Some party lights, night lights.
That suggestion. We say you can buy your own LED like strips because our cats Like when we do our lives at night and we have lights broadcasted on them, they hate the lights. So some people's cats will love the lights and some people's cats will hate them. So we're like, add your little strip or, yeah.
So I did want to do one thing before we go and wrap this up, because about the frames, because people ask about the styles. You have behind you, Petra, what is known as our contemporary silver.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And the one behind us is the gallery gold. And this is the real deal. This is the real same framing material that professional framers use. So those are the two you're seeing up on our walls. Here is our steampunk black, and it's got this faux leather.
That's cool.
It's so cool, and it's got these flecks of bronze in there, so that's really neat. This is perfect for like a library, a cigar lounge. Just don't smoke cigars around the kittens, okay? And then we have pixel white.
That I love. Okay,
yes,
my next one is this one.
And it kind of shimmers in the light. It's really nice.
Oh, it looks fantastic. Yeah.
And then we have our new edition. I don't know if you've seen this, Petra. I don't think you have. We had to retire our traditional cherry wood because we had to go big. We had to go for a bigger wood style frame, and this is called warm walnut. And it's got beautiful inlaid beading. And
this is gorgeous. Yeah,
really nice, classic and handsome.
Yes.
And so those are the 5 frame styles that we currently have available for everyone. And by the way, the frame styles are interchangeable. So if you bought one unit and you wanted to change from gallery gold to contemporary silver, you could just buy the silver frame from us, and you could just it's 4 screws on the top, 4 screws on the bottom that hold it together, and done. And you can interchange. So artwork panels are interchangeable, frame styles are interchangeable. So it's awesome.
Yes. Awesome. By the way, Carol just says the kitten is adorable. Up for adoption?
Yes, this is Macy. This is the Minecraft litter. Our son Jackson named all of them. And so I think it's a her. I had to get her out and bring her in here for a moment so you could see her. But she's kind of a little lost in the white. But we have a beautiful picture of her from yesterday that I'm going to post a video here on YouTube after this. Yes, hi, honey. But look, she's not crying. She's chilling out. And
she's gorgeous.
A little nap.
And she is adoptable, folks. She's
She's available through the Feline Underground Network. They are in Santa Clarita, and they are on Pet Finder, and they also have a website, felineundergroundnetwork.org.
Very good.
Yeah. That's amazing.
There was a plug. And I just want to say to Laura Lee, she said, "Are you talking about yourself again, Brian?" When I had mentioned that the frame style was handsome and classic. Thank you, Laura Lee. Thank you. The competition between us now is over.
And she says she needs the Moon Mojo Feline one. Oh, yes, your logo. Yes, that'd be fun on the artwork panel.
You got it, kiddo. You got it. Well, I think this is a beautiful way to end, is with an adoptable.
Yes, it is. It is. So just let me repeat one more time. If we can help you, that kitty will be adopted in 1 second, okay? But if you have a cat that is harder to adopt, we'll be happy to help too, okay? So we'll create something and on the CatCrazy thing to help you guys.
A new thing that CatCrazy channel is doing? Like helping to get cats adopted? Is this brand new? Is this new?
Well, we've done it for a couple of months now.
Yeah, I've been sharing it.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't get on the internet.
Yes, check it out, and like if we can help, we'll do it. Okay.
That is awesome.
All right, guys. It's Saturday, and it is, in my view, just like 12 o'clock. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Saturday afternoon and weekend.
Yes.
And it was so much fun to talk to you guys again. And I can't wait to do this again. I can't wait to see version 3. Okay, so let's get this going.
We're really happy with version 2.
We're
focused.
We're focused on 2.
Yes. Version 2. Version 2.
Feline.com.
Go to Kickstarter right now. Get it. Back it. Okay. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much for your time. And this was fun. And everybody stay cat crazy. Okay. Bye.
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 Bye.